Alright, how's it going, guys? So today we'll be building an Orcust deck, and this will be within the parameters of the event, so you can try it out if you like. So, first off, we're going to start with, of course, the Orcust part of our deck. And to start off, I've already put in Barricade Board Blocker and Muckraker. Muckraker might not be as necessary in this list, but Muckraker has this lovely effect called I'll protect every single monster for you, just because I feel like it. I mean, technically, if you have Dingirsu, but you don't really want to use Dingirsu's effect to protect, like, unless absolutely necessary, right? So we're just not gonna do that, so. We're going to start off with something pretty classy here. Let's do Longyearsu. I believe we would need one of Longyearsu, two of Galatea, and then we want one of World Legacy World Wand. We only need one copy of the field spell. We'll max out on Gearsu. We max out on Nightmare as well, and then we also want to max out on Heart. And then two of Skeleton will be enough. And we don't care about Orcust Brass Bombard, but if you were to play Orcust Brass Bombard, I'd say, like, if you have a large Orcust package, you can just go like Brass Bombard and then throw in Link Rebo, which is a dark, so that works. Or you can do Link Rebo, which is also a negate. But like, since you'll cycle through your deck, having Link Rebo will always be able to remove your Brass Bombard from field to special summon itself. And in the long term, that might be more useful. So we'll also throw in one of Orchestrated Return, because sometimes you want to search Orchestrated Return, most of the times probably not, but if it comes up, it comes up, right? And then we'll do two Dingirsu. And that's like pretty standard in my opinion. So now we're putting in some more of the good stuff. So now we'll do a Boral End, because Boral End is fun. I guess. Why not? Why not Boral End? Okay, so then we'll do two of Tracer for now. We'll grab one of Boot Sector Launch, three of Quick Launch, and then choose between either Silver Rocket or Recharger. Recharger just special summons a Dark Monster. So, this effect. But Dark Monster you control that was special summon from the extra deck is destroyed by battle or card effect. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Then target one of those destroyed monsters. Special summon a Dark Monster from your graveyard with a different original name from that targeted monster. So, this sounds like it might be fun. If it activates, it'll do some funny things like special summon back Dingirsu, I guess, and that's not entirely bad, right? So we'll go Recharger like this, and actually I changed my mind. We'll go Tracer to 3, I think is okay. And then I believe there's actually something a bit tricky we can do, but let's grab 2 Striker for now. I might, like, remove Muckraker to make room, actually, for the second Striker, if I need to. So then we'll grab, let's see, we can grab a Rocket Synchron and actually, yeah, that sounds good. So we'll grab Rocket Synchron, and then we'll need a 4-load Savage, probably, I'm thinking. Let's grab a copy of Silver Rocket or 2, just to, well, ratios might change later, so whatever. So something like this should be okay. If we want an extender, actually, I believe this might just work, right? Dark Link Monster Zone. Yeah, so we can just summon Rocket Caliber to one of our zones, and this can also special summon a machine monster from your hand, of which of course, Orcust are, so. Even if you're not running a full Rocket package, you shouldn't overlook Rocket Caliber. Caliber seems to be pretty useful. So we'll now start going into the family part of this deck, I guess. So I actually forgot to put this in. Brass Bombard is 1, so we'll put that in real fast. And then we'll grab, I believe we want to do 2 of Silent Boots. And then 1 of Ancient Cloak is probably the right ratio, and then like single Torn Scale is enough, but we can go like 2 if we want, and then we'll go like Jade Brigandine as well, and then we'll grab some Fog Blades like that. and that's okay. And then we're going over 40 for sure, right? So that doesn't matter too much to me. I guess we can throw in Break Sword for now. I might change my mind. So we'll go Small World. And then we go Danger, exclamation point here. And then we'll go triple here, triple up. This, this. Like that. And then we'll go Reinforcement of the Army. And then we'll mess around with the ratios just a little bit. And then Dark Gripper. And 3 of Dark Gripper. And we are now at 49, which I'm perfectly content with. Most of our cards here are searchable, aside from something like Quick Launch, which we might want to open more of. But I am not too, like, super upset about it or anything. Just to showcase our hand, we get pretty playable hands already. So with Quick Launch, Danger Tsuchinoko, Rokket Recharger, Nightmare, Hard Horror. This hand, this will get the job done. So we can Quick Launch and stuff, try for Borload Savage, and then we have Danger Tsuchinoko, and if we hit this, that'll be great, but if we don't, also fine. We have Rokket Recharger in hand already, so with Danger Tsuchinoko and Rokket Recharger, we can just immediately go into Barricade Board Blocker, which also conveniently will end up protecting Orchestrated Babble later, which is just nice. But either way, we should be able to just get both copies of our Orcust cards into the graveyard, like Harp and Nightmare, one way or the other. So, like, starting with the effect of Barricade Board Barricade Board Blocker to discard a card. We'd probably choose like Harp, and then go off from there, and we can still potentially go for like Brass Bombard, or like I guess probably Brass Bombard is the play for this specific hand, right? So Borload Savage. I think the one we cut is probably Borland Dragon. I don't think we'll really be going into Borland that much. So we'll be doing that in a bit, and for now we'll just grab Abyss. Art Red Dragon, Arcane Abyss, I'm thinking, is not bad. But we might not be able to go into it since I completely refuse to play Chaos Ruler with my PK cards, because it's a small package and it can mess things up for like Bardiche, and I won't be able to get my Bardiche search, so whatever. I don't know if we can go into like Art Red Dragon, Arcane Abyss that reasonably. This would be a follow-up play, probably, because we need a level 8 dragon monster, and the only one we currently have is our Borload Savage Dragon. So instead, let's go for some other stuff. So if we're not going to be playing Shade Brigandine, we wouldn't be playing Redoer, but we are going to be playing Redoer, and that is another negate, or interaction, whatever. And then we also want a copy of, let's see, if we wanted to, could we play Rongomania? We could. Well, I'm not gonna, but you know, you could. And that's technically just going to hurt me, gonna haunt me a bit, but whatever. So Striker Dragon, should we play too? Maybe. Still getting mixed feelings about this one, but I think that's alright for now. So then, I guess we don't need Fem Knights of Breaksword. I'll be real, don't really care. So, for now, I'm just building a purely going first version. If you guys want to see like a more like mid-range, you know, something capable of somewhat going first and second list, just let me know and I'll go ahead and do that. But I guess just to help out with going second a little bit, we'll throw in one copy of Radiant, which we'll be able to search off of Small World as well. So that should be fine. Okay, so next we want a copy of the Steel Swarm card. Roach. No, that's not the one I really want to see. Steel... Is it not Steel Swarm? What is this guy called? Huh. Alright, so it's an XYZ. It's a rank 4, and it's also like a rare card. Let's see. Carnegian. No. Rhapsody. It requires dark monsters specifically, I think, right? That doesn't help. Oh, it was an Evil Swarm card, wasn't it? That's why. I'm a bit lost here. Or L-Swarm or something. Evil Swarm Nightmare. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. And I guess, like, if you were playing Evil Swarm, this would be annoying. You can just do this, huh? This is just a floodgate. You can just do level 5 or higher. Monsters cannot be special summoned. Now that I think about it, this actually floodgates Eldlick. I don't know how you play Elswarm though, so whatever. But just knowing that you can floodgate Eldlick, I find is hilarious. But anyways, we have Evil Swarm Nightmare and Time Thief Redoer, and that should be enough for our rank 4s. Just having those two, I think, is good enough, and we should just throw in Destrudo as well. Destrudo, Zephyros, and we can change the ratios around a bit if we want. But I'm not super concerned because we have a billion different cards that are just starters, so should work just fine. If we wanted to make it more efficient, we would play with only like about 2 of these techs. We would choose probably between, if we wanted consistency, we'd go like just Orcust and the Rokket stuff, or Orcust and the PK stuff, or we could try just like Rockets with PK. I think all of these are like valid. It doesn't matter, just any of those combinations is fine. They all like kind of dark lock you, but I mean, I can't summon like light monsters, for example, anyways, so not a big deal. And alright, let's see. What would be interesting is if we played Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker has a bit of a gimmicky use, actually. With Access Code Talker, you can banish, for example, Longyusu, and that will allow you to special summon Longyusu using the effect of a World Legacy World Wand, which is kind of funny, I think. So, yeah. That's something that you could consider, but for now, I think we're pretty okay. I don't know what else I would run aside from Access Code Talker right now, but like if I were to remove Muckraker and Access Code, I could just put in DP actually, and that's not entirely bad. And there are reasons to like play DP, I guess. It's not like that bad, so we'll do this, I guess. So since we don't need them, let's remove this and just throw this in just because why not? This is a backup plan if nothing else, and we can mess around with these guys too. Just a little bit, though, you know. And we might not be able to go into all of our things, but whatever. Just to make sure we don't like get super destroyed, I think we should also play a copy of Dasher. So just so we can like definitely go into DP. And then like Verte like this, and that would work. So we can just go through a test hand real quick. Let's see if we can get a good one. Alright, this hand is probably sufficient to make a play, right? Let's see. No, it's not. This hand has a bit of an issue, doesn't it? This would be okay if we played Almirage, then we could like link off Silent Boots, add Shade Brigandine, and then go into a Barricade Board Blocker, I believe, technically. It's just 2 monsters with different names, yeah, then we'd be able to do that. And then dump Harp, and then get our plays going. Otherwise, our hand here is a little, like, stuck. So, I don't like how stuck our hand is, so we'll just put in one more copy, I guess, of let's see. Let me check the levels here. So first we'll put in a single copy of Sacred Sword of 7 stars. I think this should be able to get its effect off and be like okay. I can see the lines, yeah, sounds good to me. And then we'll also throw in one more copy of Orchestrated Return because we're playing a pretty large package. We could play 3 actually, maybe. Just worth considering, I guess. So here we have Small World, Dark Refer, and we have Malicious in hand with Tsuchinoko. Yeah, this hand is pretty crazy, so probably don't even need to super gamble on the like dangers, but whatever. This hand is alright. So I'm seeing that we could use some like ratio adjustments, which is fine. I'm always down to do that, but right now we're still doing pretty well. So we can't really do that much with our Orcust stuff unless we get a good hit. That hand is just playable, so whatever. Quick launch, and then we have World Legacy World 1. So it's a shame we only got quick launch, but having Destrudo might enable something. I'm not completely sure what it enables, but this is probably at minimum like I'd say Warlord Savage plus plus Verte. I think you could go about that far maybe. Just potentially. I'm not sure if you can or not. Maybe I'm just delusional here. Actually, no, I don't think you can. Alright, 7 stars is not worth it. Alright. We'll just keep it a buck and just remove it. Okay. So here, this hand is insane. We have Rhoda, we have Orchestrated Return, we have Danger Nessie plus Dark Refer. And that just goes pretty insane. Orchestrated Return is just like alright if we don't have an Orcust, but having an Orcust does make a bit of a difference, I guess. So Rhoda, Orcust Nightmare, Malicious, Silent Boots, Rocket Recharger. So the hands here, we're pretty much trying to high roll for one of the better hands because there are a good amount of garnets kind of here. And if we don't have a starter, we kind of do get a little bit boned. But we have a good amount of starters, I guess, which is fine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, I guess, starters, and then like dangers to potentially just cycle through our hand to look for our starters, and maybe like they can be a starter. It's kind of RNG. Like if Danger Nessie hits Orcust Nightmare, we got it right, and we're good to go. And if we really need it to make our plays, we actually have the option of going like instead of going into Warlord Savage off of the quick launch line, we'll just go like Barricade Board Blocker. And it gives us some follow-up if we add back Boot Sector Launch and we kind of get our board wiped. We can use the effect of Boot Sector Launch to special summon 2 Rocket Monsters, which we will have in the graveyard. So we'll probably, like, I don't know, do like Rocket Tracer with, like, I don't know, Silver Rocket, summon those guys back, go into Warlord Savage, and we'll have a Warlord Savage Dragon to try to claw our way back to victory. Or maybe go Verte after. Depends what your opponent has, I suppose. Verte make DP, whatever. And we have double quick launch, we have Small World, and World Legacy World Wand. I guess here we would probably just banish the World Wand and grab Dark Refer, and then we have 2 quick launches, so this hand can probably get places. And this here, this can definitely also get places. If we're pretty likely actually, if we use all of our danger effects, there's a good chance we'll just hit Orcust Nightmare. And even if we don't hit Orcust Nightmare, hitting Silent Boots probably is enough to get the job done because we'll be able to go grab like Shade Brigandine, go Barricade Board Blocker, and we'll be just fine. And we have Fusion Destiny, so we just end on an additional DP as well. And yeah, deck looks alright. If we wanted it more consistent and less fun, we could go for that, I guess. But right here, we're not going for consistency, we're just going for fun. And, of course, if you brick, like, horrendously, let's see if we can get a brick hand again. This hand? Actually, it's not that bricked. Not that bricked. That's not that bricked either. This one? That's not that bricked either. Crazy. This one's not bricked. Wait, did I just get a really bricked hand randomly? This one is kind of funky. But this actually isn't that bad. It's kind of a shame that you won't be able to activate, you know, all 3 hard pours because they have a hard once per turn. But you can get a second one definitely into the graveyard as follow-up, I guess. If you try to. If you really try. But still ends on something. So, the best ideal line we're going to be going for is we're going to, like, start off by doing our Orcust thing, and then we'll go into, like, Galatea. And this is without considering the Rokket stuff. So, just primarily the Orcust stuff, because Orcust is our biggest, like, package in here, aside from, like, Danger Dark Breather, which kind of, like, synergizes with, like, nearly everything here. I guess we could put in 1 copy of, like, Absol if we wanted to, but that's me getting distracted there. So, anyway, what we can do here is we can go into Galatea, and then we need 1 more dark monster on the field, I believe. Is it? No, we want probably like 2-ish. So either way, our best play is to make Galatea, and then we search a thing. We can go like Crescendo, potentially. So there's a Crescendo line where we just search Crescendo, and then if we have 1 more Dark Body, we can't go into Dingirsu, but what we can do is we can then go into like Bardiche, and then with like Bardiche, we can then grab Double Fog Blade, potentially. Kind of depends. It kind of depends on a lot of things, but the general idea is that we have like Bardiche and Galatea, and of course Galatea points to Bardiche, and then you'll have like a Crescendo set and Double Fog Blade or Triple Fog Blade, depending on how many you're feeling like running. We can go 3 if we want. Keep it to 2, whatever. 2 if you don't like want to see it in your hand as often, but of course we want to play 2, so we can search 1 off of like our Silent Boots and 1 off of like Bardiche. So that's pretty solid if you manage to do that, of course. So then, yeah, we'll end on like 2 Monster Negates and then like 1 Omni Negate. And we'll have follow-up because Bardiche and also Galatea being able to put away the machines that we surely have after our combo. And we can probably grab, like, I don't know, if we really need to orchestrate return, send in Galatea, or we can just make like Dingirsu or something first. I don't know. Kinda depends. Overall, right? And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.